As any true Deadlocker knows, the only correct way to play a build is left to right. So what if we made Eternus play their build right to left? You know, rush their glass cannon and then wrap up the game with a nice mythic burst. Now of course, what Eternus player would give us a legit build if we asked him to do this? So we pretended the game was Eternus versus Ascendants, but the Eternuses have to build left to right. Ignored 15 messages about how the Eternuses were going to 100% win this game, why are you even doing it, Gluten? And then once they had all sent me their builds, I'm really sorry, so it turns out in the description I wrote that you guys are gonna do your builds left to right. I actually meant you're gonna do your builds right to left. I hope that's not a big problem, right?
Actually kind of
that's
is.
fine. It's not that.
That's gonna be interesting.
The Eternuses were taking it pretty chill because they hadn't understood one key implication. Imagine that you have extra spirit, followed by improved spirit, followed by boundless spirit, as in many normal builds. What happens if you have to buy the next item in your build, namely improved spirit? Yes, you have to sell boundless spirit. So who wins, a team of Ascendants or a team of Eternuses that have to build right to left? Let's find out. Eternus versus Ascendant, but the Eternuses have to do their builds right to left. This is not the usual way that you do builds. You first start with your, tiny 800 items, and then you go all the way up to your cool 6400 items that do cool things for you. But these Eternuses, well, they're gonna have to go the other way around. They're gonna have to go glass cannon first item and all of that jazz. I'm going to quickly show everybody all of the builds in the chat that all these Eternus players are gonna be following. Our Calico is going for a good old E-Shift Dispel Magic build, so no damage. Ivy's first item is very useful, healing tempo, but she's gonna have to sell it in order to get Spirit Resilience and Boundless Spirit. Yamato going for Arctic Blast first item, so that's actually gonna help a fair bit with damage. Now, here's the question, can Dorman even trigger Spirit Burn? Oh, we'll figure that one out. In a similar vein, can Mo trigger Tank Buster with no items? We'll also figure that one out. So, you know that Drifter meme where the Drifter's like, I swear I know what I'm doing? That's how this one feels. So anyhow, I do have Flair and Tom here. Flair is going to be co-casting with me today. Hello, Flair. What do you think about this one?
I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be really interesting because not only does it, weaken the Eternuses a lot, but once they get, 2 items, then we get to see some really interesting things that we don't normally see in the average game, right? You have, the Ivy who has Siphon Bullets and Healing Tempo as their 2 items. Those actually combo pretty well together, even though they're super expensive. Yeah. It's going to be really fun.
Oh, I mean, the items that the Eternuses have picked are very good item for their heroes, but usually you want to get them to, wrap up your build. That's not the sort of item you want to be leaving lane with. And especially because for 5 out of the 6 Eternus players, their last item in their build is a 6400 item. They're going to be doing all of the laning phase with nothing in their inventory, which might hurt them a fair bit.
Yeah, speaking of that, only one of them has anything that isn't 6400 items. It's the Mo and Krill. They have they have Greater Expansion and Tank Buster as their first 2 items. So technically, the Mo and Krill is gonna be the strongest person on the Eternus team for a long time, actually.
Can you even trigger Tank Buster as Mo and Krill?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Anyhow. To the surprise of no one, these Eternus players, I think there's 3 6s on the Eternus team today, and of course Strength playing Calico. Strength's first item is Scourge or something? Oh, it's E-Shift, it's E-Shift. Can you imagine buying E-Shift or your first item?
Well, it's gonna be so great. Doesn't E-Shift give flat stats? That's gotta be better than nothing at that point, right?
I mean, yes, it does give some very good flat stats, but is it good enough? I don't know. Already, of course, Team Ascendant has bought their first laning items, and again, it's just very Eternus favorite right now. I've seen the Eternuses get 5 or 10 denies overall, and I mean, that's usually the sort of thing you see in Eternus versus Initiate, not Eternus versus Ascendant, but these guys are really, really good at aiming.
Yeah, it's fairly... It's interesting thinking of the character choices that the Eternus players are going for as well, right? Mo and Krail, Calico, Drifter, characters that scale not just from the items they have, so that they are able, like Calico can get money from her 2 to get extra, they're closer to that is what I'm trying to get at. But, Mo and Krail health, Drifter, stacks, right? So they can at least not be completely useless without that money.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, any sort of scaling, whether it's on skills, it's gonna matter a lot. And of course, Glass Cannon might seem like a really, really bad item, but, you know, it is technically a scaling item.
Yeah. If the glass cannon can work out, that will be great. We are seeing the Moan Krill and the Calico die to the Ascendant players as we were speaking. That was great. They die under the Guardian. Just not able to keep their lead because they have no items.
Of course. Like, that's a very big problem. You're just so used to diving players who are worse than you, because, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but, like, even a monster round would change the nature of all these fights with that NPC damage reduction. The Eternuses have nothing, like, legitimately nothing. The lack of items is really hurting them a fair bit, and all this laning phase is gonna really be painful, now that most of the Ascendants are, like, a wave or two away from getting those ultimate abilities.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the damage being done to this Calico right now. No items on them, but the Viscous has items, the Holiday has items, so they're just getting nuked. The raw stats of their characters can't compare right now.
Yeah. I mean, like, I presume that's why the Eternuses were so eager to get those early kills, even if it meant overextending a little bit, just because if they don't get those early kills, they're just gonna be behind and behind and behind.
That's a good thought. I do agree, right? If you're gonna be at your strongest then compared to them, you might as well get them. Oh no, this Calico is getting... he just gets one shot every time.
Yeah, it's just... She doesn't have the item, she does not have the escape, she just... And of course, there's also the intuition thing. Like, if you're an Eternus player, you know very well how far you can push your character. You're like, okay, I see this haze, she has 1,000 HP, I can do 1,000 HP worth of damage at this point in the game, right? I might not be able to do 2,000, but I'll do 1,000. Well, you're not doing 1,000, you're doing like 300 or some BS like that.
Actually, interestingly enough, yeah, because they can't buy items, they don't have any way to really clear camps on the Eternus side. So we're seeing them start to fall behind in money as they're dying and unable to farm.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the whole point. The dynamics of this game are going to be, like, one of the most interesting in the Glutensnake channel's history. Because right now, the Eternuses are struggling a fair bit. But in a matter of, like, 2,000 souls for some of these heroes, you're going to see that whole entire different shift as they get, like, a very, very good item. Because, I mean, we are more mocking Glass Cannon, but that's 80% weapon damage or something like that, right? From minute, like, at minute 10, that matters a fair bit. Baroness get triggered if they fail, if the Ascendants fail the Baroness, maybe? I don't think the bells are going to be able to trigger it yet.
Oh, the pocket's getting messed up. Great Moan Krill. He's getting the Moan Krill, like I said, getting the extra health. That's the first one of the game that actually killed someone. Getting stats, so he cannot fall as far behind.
Yeah, and I mean, range on Moan Krill is actually not a very bad item. It's a low priority item, but it's not a bad item at all. Because, I mean, it allows you easier ults, it allows for more scorn range. It does complement your kit really well. It's just like Moan Krill has other priorities. Mythic Burst, maybe Improved Spirit. It doesn't really need that range, but if you have it, might as well, you know, keep it.
Well, if it's the only item you can buy, too.
Oh yeah, but I do want to see this.
Yeah,
I do want to see if the Doorman ult is going to be able to do anything here. Yeah, well, I mean, there's 3 people looking. The Eternuses are playing really well for how behind they are. I think it's brilliant, but I do see this Doorman as a 6.3k. They're probably going to try and wrap up this Guardian, and oh my god, the Ascendants are in the meantime pushing Walker on lane number 3.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. The Doorman just dying, giving up enough souls that they can't really spend time in base just to get that 6,400 item because they lost it with the bag. Oh, it's a tragedy.
Yeah, but that Drifter with Glass Cannon, oh yeah, that's gonna be the good stuff right there.
You can see how eager they all are for this item, farming as many camps as they can.
Yeah. They're just trying to make sure. I mean, that's their only difference. Now that the Drifter's going to have that very massive item. Big parry there, though. I mean, the parries have been fantastic. The Eternuses have really been outplaying the Ascendants on each of these individual engagements. And Glass Cannon is here. The next item is Spell Slinger. Oh, God.
The Yamato also, as we can see if you hit tab, picks up Arctic Blast. Very nice. Dune, the Doorman, as well. hopefully we'll pick up this Spirit Burn.
Yes. I mean, the Ivy's gonna pick up healing tempo, which is not a bad item. It's actually gonna help a fair bit. And of course, that E-shift is gonna be... I don't know what that E-shift's gonna do. Just make the Calico invulnerable. But she's not gonna be able to do anything with that invulnerability.
Hey, wait. It gives the it gives the investment spike, of course. And, you know, you get the 20 spirit power for 4 seconds after you use it, right? It's great.
So true. I forgot about the investment spike. I wasn't really thinking about the fact that they all will get their investment spike. Hopefully they pick some greens.
Yeah, investment spike is here. None of them have greens. That is true. Well, the Ivy will.
Yeah, the Ivy will. The Ivy will. Tank Ivy. Tank Ivy, damage Mo, you know. Wonky builds all around. But yeah, you can already see a little bit of the shift in dynamic. Of course, the Eternus still aren't at like full strength, but the soul difference is slightly shrinking. And I think that's going to be really, really good if they can emphasize it a little bit, especially as this urn is coming up.
Yeah, this urn fight will probably decide the fate of the game for at least the few next foreseeable minutes, right? Hopefully, in my eyes, the Ascendant players can pull through, and then we get to see a spectacle of a game.
But yeah, the big fight is on lane number 1 right now. It seems that the Eternuses have figured out that in order for them to do anything, they have to group up. They have to gather and try to force a big fight and use their Eternus strategies to just like figure out if they can get a target or 2 picked. But it's not working. The Eternuses keep getting picked over and over again because of their massive soul difference.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like, you know, Eternus versus Initiate, right? Where, you know, sometimes you can just be really good. These are Ascendant players, right? They're and they have a lot more money than them. So it is reasonable to see they'd be losing a lot in this early game, even after they get these items. Because they are still, you know, down a lot of money, though, right? They're down, like, what is that? 18K? Or 18, I can't do math. 8K.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic parry here. Oh my god, Calico's gonna chase. Strength wants to grab that silver, and oh, misses it, but does not matter. With that ult, is able to wrap it up. He's very deep in enemy territory, though. I don't know that you're gonna be able to survive here. Yep, immediately gets counterpicked.
What?
He's so confused. Like,
wow, I absolutely nuked by the Viscous Wall.
Yeah. I mean, like, it is a very good... Oh, it is a shit ton of damage. That splatter can be such a good ability. Of course, now that the ults are active from both teams, we do see, like, how well the Eternuses are using their ults. Just being able to get, like, a haze out of her ult. Just being able to combo. Just using that big burrow in order to ensure that you're not touched by the haze ult. It is just really, really good combos all around. But the parries have been fantastic on both sides, actually.
That was a great parry.
Yeah. It is kind of fantastic to see how well, like, because I mean, usually we see Initiate players, and Initiate players getting a parry is just like unexpected. But these are Ascendant players. Ascendants can very well get parries. Despite the amount of death, despite how bad things are going, the soul difference is still only 5k.
Yeah, that is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, hopefully soon. Yeah, we see people like the Calico have picked up a second item. Soon we will see probably another 6400 item out of the Drifter as well.
Yeah, we just see debuff remover, or as it's now called, Dispel Magic. Very, very good item. It's gonna help a fair bit against people like Haze, and yeah, I mean, like, it's not a bad item at all. But of course, the Eternuses are just losing walkers now, and I presume they're gonna lose Urn too. I don't know how the the Ascendants are gonna be able to lose that Urn fight.
Yeah, after a certain point, it becomes really hard to actually take objectives yourself, like I've said before, without the stats to do it. Yeah, they have these 6400 items, but, like, I don't know if Spirit Burn can even proc for the Doorman, or, like, how often Ivy can even use the healing tempo, right, to get the attack speed to shoot them. They're not going to be able to fight them consistently, and it's very awkward, to say the least, if you're an Eternus player in this game.
Yeah. With the Urn being delivered, I mean, like, it is affecting them a lot. The Calico is not doing well. This Moin Krill has 2000 HP. no health spike. It's horrible stuff all around. But I mean, the are gathering on lane number 3 here. They're gonna try and go for a very big pick on that Billy. The Billy does have blasted, but it will not matter if you're a Mo and Krill ulted. The duration is not enough though, and the Billy is able to back off. Is this Mo gonna be able to grab something? The Holiday ult just a second too late, but the Ivy comes in, tries to save the Mo. Mo immediately dies, and with that, I mean, the assault is just not gonna work out in your favor.
Yeah, very unfortunate that Billy just barely able to live from the Moan Curl's grasp. We keep talking about the stacks and how important those are, so missing out on that is truly sad.
Right now, the big battle is, of course, on that urn. The Billy has grabbed the urn. It is going to try and send it in. The Eternus players are 1 player down, so I don't know how this urn contest is going to go. Those spirit resists, though, are going to matter a fair bit. I mean, it is basically having spirit resilience and bullet resilience at the same time, so it can really shrink that spirit difference. I hope.
Yeah, I'm just very interested to see what the Eternus players really can do to turn this around. I think that they finally are capable of like farming their camps faster, so it's actually worth it, and they're not going to die to them at this point in the game. So hopefully, you know, they can get some more money that way, but they're not going to be able to take walkers for, you know, a good amount of time. They can't really get the waves safely, so it's really difficult to get money at this stage when you're so far behind, and you can't buy items to, you know, try and patch that up.
Yeah, I mean, farming is going to be so necessary to try and come back here. Like, you just need to farm, you just need picks, but the Ascendants are playing very well with each other. They are trying to force a 3v4 here on the Walker. I don't think that's smart.
Yeah, another like thing about the items that I don't think we've talked about is that because they are locked right to left, they can't really buy counter items or like items they need in the moment. See, the pocket, this guy is just unkillable to them. Okay, well.
I know, this is like the caster curse. It'll happen like 3 seconds after you say it because that's the nature of the game. You're like, Lash gets an incredible ult, poof comes the Haze with the sleep dagger. Lash's ult sucks, actually he gets 5 people in it. Like, it is part of being a caster. Okay, but yeah, so far the Eternuses are gonna need to figure out a comeback plan. I don't know what the hell that looks like, but I think that the plan is just staying as close as possible to walkers and trying to get a pick of Stray Billy or something like that.
Yeah, they definitely need to use strength in numbers because they don't have strength in, you know, items. Hopefully the Billy will go down as he comes out of the Varanus, but you know, 1 pick, that's a little bit of money. Hopefully enough.
Yeah.
Dormant, no, Dormant slowing hex. Yep.
Slowing hex, third to last item. Yeah. Okay, we're good. No cheating. So just to confirm, in case the Eternuses try to cheat their builds, what we've decided is that we're just gonna make them sell the item. We're gonna go to their chat. We're gonna boo them. We're gonna make them sell the item. But yeah, we're seeing the power of strength in numbers right here that you were discussing, Flair. Of course, that Ivy and the Calico are more than enough damage to kill that Silver, especially with no ult on her side. But at the end of the day, then your team is gonna come there. These are Ascendant players. They are gonna respond to calls. They're gonna try and help their teammates. However, this Calico is nigh unkillable with that many escapes. As I say that, again, Caster Curse immediately frickin' dies. Like, why can these Eternus players not play exactly like the casters want them to play, huh, Flair? And yeah, I mean, taking these trades is not bad. When you're this down, taking trades is really good for you. You have a lot smaller death timers. You have cooldown timers. You have, you know, you get a bit more spirit. You get a little bit more map presence. It's pretty good. Good trades.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Take their walkers? They're gonna take them at some point anyway. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're already up 30k souls, right? They could probably just walk down some of the walkers more often. As they actually the Eternus players be able to get the walker from the Yamato.
Yeah, and it's a good walker. It's the mid walker. That's the most important one. Now, of course, one of the biggest advantages of getting a walker is, of course, getting that flex slot, which I don't think is going to be very relevant this game. I don't know there's any Eternus players that are going to fill their builds.
Yeah, we do see another fight. Ivy able to get the Moan Curl out of it, though, saving him. I think that the Billy is probably just too tanky to be killed by this team right now.
Yeah.
Just truly don't think they have any capacity to deal enough damage.
Yeah, he just steals so much HP from you. I mean, something like Siphon Bullets would help a fair bit. And wow, this Drifter comes in, gets a Glass Cannon stack, gets a nice pick, and that's going to be the next item too. I'm so curious what they're all going to build. Drifter throws his ult just so he can get yet another pick? No, just so he can save his Yamato. And of course, he's gone for Stalker's Mark Max. What do you think about that one?
I think that let me look at the Drifters build actually before I say anything. I think that their idea of their base build is that, you know, I really can't tell you, honestly. I'm looking at this and I'm like, why are they going the 2 max? They're not going like a funny like 2 max Drifter build. I usually see people max for 1 first.
I think that the big reason why he's gone for that is just because of that max HP damage that the Stalker's Mark does. Being able to do max HP damage without any like items or something, incredibly valuable. You can get like 30-40% of the HP of someone off of that. And you know, when you have only like 1 or 2 items that can actually do anything, you might as well just use whatever advantage you can get. Anyhow, the 3rd urn is up. And with the 3rd urn being up, we should also review the items again. And we do see that we do have some boundlesses. We do have, like, the Eternus builds are actually starting to look more like builds, you know?
Yeah, I thankfully the Moan Crow, you know, finally able to get stuff like, you know, superior duration, transcending cooldowns, so you can get more ultimates and hopefully, you know, get some more health. Very, very low, and does not have any green items anytime soon in the build path.
Ooh, the goo ball into Hazel, always an annoyance. But I mean, this Calico does have so many survival items. To the surprise of no one, she has not bought any item because she does not want to sell Boundless Spirit to get any other item, which makes a lot of sense. Dorman tries to get away, he does not. And that's going to be a very big pick for the Ascendant side, and you have to wonder, when are they going to do mid?
Yeah, I would have thought they would have tried to take mid-boss when they were up, you know, 30,000 souls, but, I mean, they're just having fun. Able to pick up Moan Crow kill right in front of the mid-boss, and they still don't go. But I say they do have the urn right now. It makes sense to have your priorities in check, but I digress. Oh,
Yeah.
they actually
They are doing mid. I mean, yeah, they just have the silver on that urn. I mean, this Drifter might go and contest that urn and probably might even get it, but instead he's going to go and try and go for mid with no items. So I don't know how that's going to go. Calico comes in, gets a massive parry. Oh my god! The Eternus is getting all 3! The Eternus is getting all 3!
That's insane. That's insane. Calico, this guy.
It is
Look at
strength.
the parry on the Billy. Oh no, the parries all around.
Strength is like top 12 right now, so you know, top 12 at A is a pretty respectable position to be a ladder. This is surprised that he'd be able to do picks like that, and that's 3 picks. The Eternus suddenly have some room to breathe. Like again, it's just a very good freaking item. You need to sell it at some point to get a much more of your build, but might as well get 20k more souls. But I mean, it's fine. It's strength. He's going to be able to do just fine, even with what he has available. He's going to be chasing that silver. That silver does have her ult, and she's at 32k. So if she does a little bit more damage, she's going to be able to trigger it. But is there going to be enough time? Yes, the ult is triggered here, and suddenly you're not going to be able to kill the silver.
Yeah, losing 1 rejuve is great for the Senate players. So we're probably going to go down. Maybe not, actually. They just don't seem to have any damage to take them out. The Moan Crow goes down as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't just need damage against her. You need, like, armor shred. You need anti-heal. You need so much stuff to make it work. So, yeah.
I hadn't realized that the Silver had 12,000 more souls than the Moan Crow. Than the Moan Crow.
I mean, yeah, it is a 20k soul different sort of game. Like,
yeah.
Again, these are Eternus players, so they're making do with very limited resources. They're doing these amazing steals at mid-boss, but at the end of the day, they're still 25k souls down.
Yeah, this is a very unfortunate situation. The Ethereal Shift has like saved this Calico so many times, and it still might not be enough to still win the game. Though. Just not 15,000 souls. That's what they're sitting on.
Can I buy my items normally? They're trying. They're trying. Anyhow, yeah, gluten. Yeah, so true. I did not let them buy that. That is cheating. We will punish them severely if they cheat. I mean, come on, the Eternuses are not doing that badly. The Eternuses are not doing that badly. Like, they have good items. Glass cannon, transcend the cooldown. I mean, like, again, this doorman looks like he has a real build.
Yeah, I mean, the doorman items. I can understand why they would be like, why did the doorman build Sullying Hex as their third to last item? I can understand being confused by that, but I don't know. I don't think anyone here is really trying to cheat.
Yeah, no. I mean, we have pre-confirmed their builds. They're not doing anything fishy, unless they do anything fishy, in which case we'll yell at them. But we are yet again back in the game. Always these games tend to have a lot of bugs and such. It is the nature of a closed alpha or whatever the hell we're in. But yeah, there's a very big fight here in the middle, and of course the damage is just so high from Team Ascendant.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Eternus players, it just seems like, you know, although the 6400 items, like we said, are powerful individually, they just can't match up being down this much money. Hopefully, though, you know, they can scale. They do have good scaling-ish characters, right? The Drifter can do it, the Yamato can do it, but at the same time, this Billy, bro, he's so fat. I think this was the first time I actually ever saw him die on screen.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is a tank character. What are you supposed to do against a tank character where you're 30k down?
When you, yeah, 30k down, and, like, you can't really build specific items to deal with it.
The next urn is here, though. The silver has managed to sneak it away from the Eternus side, and she's just going to bring it to base. I think that the Ascendants are starting to be a little bit more cautious. These Eternuses keep getting like 2 kills, 3 kills every single time. But we see a Doorman very deep in enemy territory here with that Drifter. Oh, he's going to have to drop the urn. The door, you cannot go through the door anymore.
I thought that there was a... I think what the Doorman was attempting to do was the melee through the door and pick it up from the other side of the door. I don't know if... I'm pretty sure you can't do that, but I think that's what the attempt was.
You can do that, but it's frame perfect, and it is very hard to do when a silver wants to kill you 3 meters away from you. So I do not blame the Eternus player whatsoever. It is Guy Lamar. He's like a top 5 EU doorman. He was in our 19v19 video recently, which you guys should all check out if you haven't already. And I think that he played fantastic in that game. But yeah, this silver is kind of deep in enemy territory. She might get surrounded here. She does not have her ult. 40 seconds till she gets that. And I don't think that's a good idea to be fighting when you don't have your ult.
Yeah, no silver ult there, even though, you know, silver has 40k. Still not really the same kind of character without the ultimate ability. Very unfortunate, but it does look like the Eternus players are going to get the urn.
Yeah, and suddenly that soul difference, which seemed so haunting, is at the less than 20k mark.
I'm just very excited to see what happens when you know, anyone else tries to, you know, use their money. If they're gonna hoard it like the Calco did, who actually did spend it, as we can see.
Yeah. Yeah. Ivy did sell her item. She did have to sell her. Yeah. Oh my god.
The Calco didn't sell Boundless. No, she didn't. He didn't sell Boundless.
Pause. 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 Get a pause. Somebody pause. Somebody pause. Somebody pause.
What happened?
Fee fi fo fum. I smell a cheater. A bum.
Oh.
Strength.
What?
What you got there?
I vote Cali by CD without selling. Spirit up arrow.
Well, agreed upon.
Go sell your item, Strength. Go sell your item, Strength.
The people I'm playing against told me to buy the items.
Okay.
They literally told me to buy the items.
I'm just checking. Is Mercinator Glutensnake? Is Cheese Glutensnake? Is CeeLo Glutensnake? I'm just checking if any of them are glutes, because, you know, sometimes I get confused. I make clones of myself. I shed my skin. Sell your item strength.
Shed his skin.
Okay.
Yeah, Boundless and Transcendent. Because it's specifically just because of the way they set it up in their build, it is like an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is an unfortunate situation, and we must deal with it because that's cheating. Someone pause.
Yeah.
Okay, what is he trying to?
The Moan Krill would have to sell their Transcendent to buy Superior for their next
Did
item.
you guys say it was fine?
What?
Hey guys, I'm just letting you know that I decide the rules of the game. It's not Strength who decides the rules of the game, or you guys. Okay, just making sure you know. Strength, sell your items. You got greenlit by gluten? Okay, the Kali is selling their items, thank God, and we're gonna see a mid in the meantime. The Eternuses are gonna go for a mid. I mean, like, again, I think they can do mid. I think that with 2 dead picks, 3 picks, it is just more simple.
Yeah. They're only down 12k at this point.
Yeah, and they do have that rejuve. Of course, the Doorman immediately dies. The biggest problem right now the Team Eternus has is they're all very squishy. I mean, a Moan Krill with no green item still has 3,000 health. That's actually kind of impressive. Inhibitor is just really good. I think a bunch of them have, except the Mo, which is meant to be the tank, have some level of green items now. Now, of course, the big problem is how are you going to use those green items when you have so much damage coming in from the Ascendant team?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully though, right, for the Ascendant players, they still do have a slight lead, right? The Silver is pretty tanky, doesn't get one shot by the Calico, at least.
Yeah. I mean, like, the Calico dies immediately after being forced to sell her items after cheating. It's fine. We caught her in time. It is going to be balanced. And the Ascendants are seeming to do a bunch of kills here, too. That is 2 people dead. The Moan Krill is kind of low, but this Dormant is getting isolated by the Silver, who does not have ult. Is there going to be enough damage? I don't think so. The Silver decides to back, but the Billy is going to chase.
Yeah, I think that at this point, like, the 6,400 items are, there's enough of them that it really is just, they're not really having any kind of downside. The only real downside, again, is that they can't choose the item specifically, but that is nice. Moan Krill getting the ult on the Viscous, hopefully he dies.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, at the end of the game, if this game goes on and on and on, the Eternuses are going to be at almost full build, and the Ascendants are almost going to be at full build. And I can tell you, a game of Eternus versus Ascendants where they all have normal builds, the Eternuses are going to win. The Drifter managed to do something.
Technically, they won't have normal builds. If you think about it, right? Because, like the Calico, right, had to sell to get the tier, the extra spirit and the compressed cooldown instead of the better version, so... Eventually, they will still be at least a little bit stronger, which is good for the Ascendant players.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, but this base assault has started now. The Eternuses are going to have to prove that they're much better at defending and understanding the limits of their heroes. And I mean, they generally are. This Calico does have a fair bit of damage now between the Scourge and everything else. The Silver is going to chase after her. And I mean, that's the only thing that can kill this Calico with how much mobility at E-Shift and all that jazz she has. Incredible stuff.
2 E-Shifts.
Yeah. 2 E-Shifts. Like, she escapes. And that is a wasted Lycan Curse. Like, that is a horrible situation to be in if you're a Silver player.
Yeah, I mean, the Holiday, unfortunately, actually able to live. I was about to say, unfortunately, very low health as we panned over to them, but no one's able to pick them up. Thankfully, though, they do miss the ult onto the, I think it was the Ivy's. The Ivy's able to get away. This is just so hectic because, like, they know that they have to keep pushing their lead right now, and it's not working.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost as if I have balanced the rules of the game in such a way that things are gonna turn out into like a nice, funky 40-minute game or something like that, instead of listening to players complaining that, oh my god, my build isn't juicy enough, Gluten. What are you gonna do about it? Like, it is fine.
I love the super late games.
It is good. I mean, there's picks left and right. The Ascendants are proving that they can utilize their material advantage, but the Eternuses are doing an incredible job defending the base. Even though they're player down right now, they are still managing to get picks left and right.
Dude, the elusive flying cube. That was awesome.
But yeah, Doorman is using his door to perfection, just trying to go in and out, trying to get any pick that he can. But of course, the big target right now is those shrines. And I don't know, you're going to be able to defend them if you're an Eternus player.
I think that technically makes the Eternus players' jobs harder too, to lose their shrines. I say this early, but you know, it's almost 40 minutes. They are going to get that lowered money, so it might be harder to come back. Calico, very low as well. Able to get out.
Yeah.
I think that this game is just so interesting because of the items that they do have. So you get to see the constant ethereal shifting from the Calico since minute 1.
Yeah. I mean, this is proving to be insane. And of course, this Yamato does have a whole bunch of damage. She's still able of doing, gets a nice parry last second, and that holiday is going to go down because of it. But yeah, the Eternuses are going to have to come back right now that Ivy does have flight and does have lightning scroll. So she's going to be able to pick at least one of these people off as she's flying away from base. The stun comes in. I do hear the Ivy, and that's going to be a very big one on that Viscous. But is there going to be any follow-up? No, not at all. That people are positioning for mid around these parts. Is that an interesting idea? I'm curious to see.
The Billy Moan-Krill ulted. Hopefully they're able to take him out, but he's just so tanky. Cubed, he's almost full health again.
Yeah. I mean, the power of that curse is completely vanquished by the power of the cube. And with one very big pick on that Doorman, the holiday is not there yet, though. So, I mean, I guess the Eternuses can push on a little bit forward. The Silver is in the back, pushing that formation down, and she's going to be able to hunt and munch on that Mo immediately. And that's two very big picks on Team Eternus. The Ascendants are going to be able to do that mid rather safely, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully the Silver is able to pick up this kill on the Ivy. Oh, she's able to get out!
Fantastic
Silver just got
stuff.
far enough away that the Ivy was able to get the ult timer. You need to wait a few seconds to be able to use the ult when you're in out of combat. Great from the Ivy.
And that's brilliant. That's good stuff. The Calico is waiting outside. She is like right under the bridge, but I'm surprised she's not getting it. I mean, she knows. She's gonna try to do the same trick twice. Do you think it's gonna work out?
Honestly, it might. I want to see.
Oh, see, but she doesn't have anyone supporting her, unfortunately. We're gonna see the parry of a lifetime. Not gonna work this time. I mean, that's still a very significant amount of damage. Yeah. I mean, look at this. She's able to use her ult and escape. Very good usage of skills there.
I love Calico.
Good stuff. She doesn't have enough time to trigger Cat, and that is a dead Cat. It's fine. She has 9 lives, so she's gonna come back. Okay, but the Ascendants are gonna be pushing straight into the base. There's one shrine left. The last defense. Is it gonna matter? I don't know.
Doorman's trying. He got a big bell on 5 people, actually.
Yeah. I mean, and that build matters a lot. It is the Spirit Burn. That's a whole bunch of damage, and most importantly, a whole bunch of anti-heal. We do see a very big pick on that Billy. Is there going to be enough cube to defend him this time around? He is very low, and he does get picked. That's only 1 rejuve left for Team Ascendant. And again, when you're this deep into the enemy base, 1 rejuve is deceptively little.
Yeah, I'm just witnessing the fight happening in real time. Unfortunately, though, the Eternus players are dropping. They don't have, the rejuve still up for the Ascendant players as the Silver is just in the back line tearing up the Doorman. Oh no.
Oh no. The question is, are they going to be able to resist this one? Doorman can be so good at base defenses, but that is a dead Doorman. It is a 4v6 type of situation where you have non-ideal builds. Of course, the silver is going to go in and try to do some little damage, but like, again, it is just a very tough situation to defend, but also a tough situation to attack too. This Calco is in the enemy formation. She's somehow still alive. The E-shifts and the ults are changing everything.
Yeah, Calico just truly able to live forever, double invulnerabilities. Oh, gets hyperlined off the zip line. Isn't dead yet, though.
Well,
Oh,
she's dead now.
killed by
And
the holiday.
Drifter down. And it is only the tank left, and the tank does not have enough
Get
damage.
him, Mo!
Get him,
Get
Mo!
him, Mo!
Yo, there's a huge combo, actually. But it's not going to matter. Billy's not going to get picked, and that is 6 people dead. The Yamato is going to come in for one last effort. She does have that ult, and that ult can be such a fundamental game changer. But with only one person in pit, it's GG.
It is GG.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like wacky games where there are item restrictions, you should check out this other one where we made 12 Eternus players play a game where they could not repeat any items. Thank you so much to our Patreons, and have a good day, folks.